So tonight I thought that I would go through my homeschool cabinet there and I would show you some manipulatives that we use in school sometimes, and also our box of various flashcards if you're interested in watching. I did do this video a few days ago, and when I was watching it the quality was just really poor, so I decided to do it again. Anyway, you know, I've not cleaned the cabinet or anything, it's just how it is, which it stays pretty decent. But, so this is our homeschool cabinet. This is where I keep, you know, all of our school stuff for the current year. So the top shelf is the fifth graders, this shelf is my second graders and some of the stuff we do together. The third shelf is some art books and other stuff, and then this shelf down here is, this box has like those base 10 set, you know, rods and blocks and that stuff. And then the bottom two boxes right there and there are just basic school supplies, pencils, extra glue, stuff like that. But these two boxes on the very bottom are the ones I'm going to go through. Okay, so I got the box out, and the first thing I want to go through that's not necessarily in the box because it's a small box is this abacus. This stays on my second grader's desk. Use it for counting and such. But the other side is for place value. You have your thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. She really likes this. We bought it from Rainbow Resource. And then we just have this little Judy clock. It's a geared clock. Okay. A recent purchase of mine just last week are these Geo boards. I bought them on eBay, new. It was like $12.25 for the set for both of them, and they have 11 pegs down, 11 pegs across. And on the other side is the circle one for kind of like a protractor use, finding the degrees of an angle. Anyway, you use these little rubber bands for them. And I bought them for a hands-on thing for my children, learning, you know, geometric shapes and the degrees of angles. But they have been playing with them, well, how they're supposed to use them. They really like them. Okay. Another thing I want to go through first is this is a thing that, you know, I made for place value. So I made this last year when my oldest was in 4th grade. And this side is just a big sheet of drawing paper, and I just put some contact paper so we can like dry erase it on top. So this side is for decimals, ones, tenths, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, so that was the decimal side. And then the other side I had made for my 1st grader last year, and this is just, you know, the whole numbers, place value, ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And then I had made these little number discs to be used with that. So for the decimals, on the decimal side, you know, you have the 1/10. Trying to put this in order. Okay. There. Okay, so for the decimal side, you know, you would use the ones, the 1/10th, the 100th, and the 1,000th. And then on the whole number side, you know, you have the 1, the 10, the 100, and the 1,000. Anyway, so I had just went through the house and just found random circle sizes, and I just made these, and I done each one of these in a different color. And so last year my first grader, she learned to change out 10 of these for one of these, and so it worked really good. And so that was that one I wanted to show you. Now we can get to the fun stuff. Okay, so I had bought these interlocking cubes to help use for like volume, finding volume, because you can stack them different ways and they stay together. They have these little pegs and you put in these little holes. So so that was for volume. And the girls, they just like, they'll get them out sometimes and just build little figures with them. And that's good too. But it was for volume. I had also bought these. Where's my other one? There it is. Okay. I had also bought a pack of these. There are 3 of them, and I only wanted to buy one, but it came in a pack of 3. And these are geometric shapes. Okay. But they have, just different shapes here. You have your hexagons, your pentagons, rectangles, triangles, ovals, circles, octagons, trapezoids, rhombus, diamond. Okay, so there's supposed to be 12, in these packages. But I had bought this package of 3, and I had also, it was these package of 3 from from an eBay person. I think it was called Bargains for You was the eBay seller. And if you haven't checked them out, they sell a bunch of different educational supplies in kind of like a bulk thing. And I got this from them, and I got several things from them. But anyway, these three packages here, they were only $1.98. And anyway, so okay, I will try to link them in the video or the description box. So we have our standard counting bears. Okay, we have some fraction circles here. So this red one is a whole complete circle, but you can see there's different colors in here. And there are 9 circles. One circle is a whole, which was the red one, and there's the half, a third, a fourth, a fifth, 1/6, 1/8, 1/10, and 1/12. So this will be, helping for fractions. And to go with that, I also bought the fraction tiles or fraction bar. So like, again, this red one is 1 whole. And so like for this purple one here, that's 1/10, the child would need to get 10 of these and place on top here of the 1, to know that 10/10 is 1 whole. And they would do the same for like the 1/12 and like that orange one is 1/3, so they'd have to have 3 of those. Anyway, so I bought that too. And these are things I've just collected over the years. Okay. So these are tangrams. And okay, tangrams are just an ancient Chinese puzzle. You make different little picture puzzles using different geometric shapes. They're fun. So after I bought those, I went online and I printed out a couple puzzles. This one is a harder one. It's just solid black pictures. And this one is an easier one because it has the white line separating each piece, so it's easier to figure out. But anyway, they're not as easy as they look, but they're fun. Okay, to go with those base 10 set, I have a 1,000 cube block here. And when I bought the fraction tiles, I also went ahead and bought the decimal tiles too. because decimals and fractions, you know, they go together. So I bought this set as well. Okay. And of course you have to have a protractor. So this one here has a ruler attached to it. I don't remember where we found this one. Oh, okay, we found this one at Walmart. This was the first one I ever saw with a ruler attached to it. That was very nice. Anyway, so you have to have a protractor. And my 5th grader loves a protractor. The only math she ever wants to do is protractors. Okay. So, that was just a quick little video of stuff that, you know, little manipulatives that we got and we enjoy using. Most of the stuff I got was either on eBay or Rainbow Resource. That's it. But now I will show you the bottom box that has our flashcards in it. So in this box I have some flashcards and then a few little learning games. So this first bag here we have not used yet. I just recently got it, and they are music flashcards. I got them from milestonebooks.com, and Milestone sells Amish curriculum and Mennonite curriculum, rod and staff. They sell rod and staff stuff. This is for grade 1 and up. It's just music flashcards, and these are double-sided. They also, this comes in English, and one side is also in Spanish. Let's see if I can open it for you. Sorry. Okay, I'm not going to go through every card, but I'm just going to show you how, you know, they're double-sided and the card numbers have an order to them. You can see that one side's 19, and it says this is a half note. So you would hold this up to the child and you would say, "What is this?" And of course you cover up the answer and they'd say half note. And the raw, I know nothing about music, so I'm not even going to pretend I know, but anyway, this is what it is. So anyway, but you can see one side is English and the other side is Spanish. So that's those. And this is a little game. It's called Is Math Bugging You? And this was just given to me several years ago, so I couldn't tell you where it came from. I mean, I would say it's probably made back in the early 90s, if not the 80s. But anyway, it's just a little math game with a theme of bugs and insects. This, you know, looks like I've got two of them, two different games together. Okay. This game is its theme is spring because they have little dragonflies and flowers. But this is for adding, for addition. This is the rules. And down here, I guess this came from Surfing Through Second. That's the copyright owner, so I guess that may be her website. But anyway, you have these little cards that come with them, and these single cards right here with the butterflies, they are your pieces. And then these cards, this is going to be a long video if I take everything out. I apologize in advance. Okay. These cards, so you have these little game sheets here, and I think there's 3 or 4. So you can see this would be like an easier game sheet, or a quicker win, because it's just, you know, 3 by 3. There's 9 blocks there. And this one has 16 blocks. It's 4 by 4. And this one has 25 blocks. So it's 5 by 5. Okay. So, you draw these cards, and it's been a while since we've played this. But anyway, you draw these cards, they add up. If the answer's on the board, you cover it up, and whoever has, I think it's like whoever has 3 in a row, or 4 in a row, or 5 in a row, first, then they win. If I'm saying this correctly. But anyway, you get the idea. You could figure it out. Okay, the next one here, it's called Time for Bingo, and it came from superteacherworksheets.com. When I printed this off, Super Teacher Worksheets was free, a complete free and awesome worksheet site. This is several years old. They are no longer free. They do offer some free things, but not everything. It's just not as great as it used to be. Maybe if you pay for it, but I pay for curriculum. I don't pay for supplements. So anyway, so this was just a little bingo game here. And you just draw these little cards, like here would be 8, 10, and if you had this one, then you would you would match it. So it says 8, 10, and you'd find the one that had 8, 10, which is right here, and the first one to have so many in a row would win. That's good for learning to tell time, of course. Okay. Another game we have is Math Bingo. This is from A+. It's for ages 5 and up, for 2 to 8 players. It says it has 42 math cards for addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. I don't remember the addition and subtraction. I do remember the division. Maybe, okay. Okay, one side has division and the other side has subtraction. So I guess the side that has multiplication would also have addition. Okay. Anyway. So, these are the little ones you have to pick up and try to find the answer to. So like 9 minus 5 is 4. So I would take my bingo chip and I'd place it on 4. And the bingo chips are here in the back. Right here. See? Right there. Anyway. So this is a fun game, for learning these, the math facts. Okay. And then also from A+, I have a set of 36 landmark flashcards. Okay. One side has the picture, and the other side has a picture of the continent or the state where that landmark is located and some information about the landmark. So like here, here's this landmark, and it has a picture of South Dakota. It tells you the name, Mount Rushmore, and that's a national memorial, and it tells you some information about it here. How tall it is, how tall the faces are, who sculpted it, when it was made, and all that stuff. So that's how all these are. And also, from A+, I have United States flashcards. There are 52 in here. So one side has almost kind of like a road map almost. Like, for example, this one here says District of Columbia, and it shows you where it is. And there's the Atlantic Ocean right here, and then the states. And the other side gives you the flag, the abbreviation, founded, its bird, flower, motto, and some quick facts. And that's how all these cards are. And also, I have just basic states and capital flashcards. This one has all 50 states, but it also has 34 country cards. And this one I just bought last week, so we've not used it yet. So for example, Sudan. You would hold this up to your child, and then they would have to say this word, Khartoum, Khartoum, which is the capital of Sudan. So these are just very basic. See if I can find one in the United States for you. Okay, here's one. So you would hold this up, and all the ones in the 50 states, they have an outline of our country, but the actual state, they'll have grayed out like this for Alabama, and then there's Montgomery. So that's how those work. And from Abeka, here are some rapid calculation drills for grades 7 through 8. These are just, little drill cards. Let's see here. Okay. We haven't used these yet, but I'm guessing you would just write these problems down one by one on the board and then give the kids a certain amount of time, and they give you the answers there in blue. They're double-sided. And also, for learning to count, we just have some fake money here. And then for the coins, we have some real money. I bought these for my first grader last year, just basic dominoes. I think I got them at the dollar store. And this was just, it can be used in different ways. But we used it, for math. So she would have one of these, and she'd write down 5 under here, 1 over here, 5 plus 1 is 6. There's just many different ways that you can use them. But that's one way. Let's see, before that one. Okay. We also have from A+ as well. There's 48 flashcards here of the U.S. presidents. And this one I'm not going to open because it gives a really good picture here. Each card has a good picture of the president with information on the back. It has their name, what number of president they were, the year they were president, and information about them, like facts and achievements, their date of birth, education, and the name of their spouse that they married. Anyway. Okay. These came from School Zone. They are just time and money flashcards. We have never used these. They were just given to me a few years ago. I like the idea of flashcards. I'm just not good at using them. So for the time one side will have a digital time and the other side will have the analog time. And for the money one, okay, sorry, I had an interruption. Okay, so on the money cards, one side has like these jacks here. This is how much they cost, 28 cents. And then the other card has the 28 cents, and it has spaces to where the child would take play money or real money to make 28 cents. So once again, these were from School Zone, the time and money. These are old, I am sure. I don't see a date on them. Okay. I also have Fisher-Price subtraction flashcards, Fisher-Price division flashcards, and Fisher-Price addition flashcards. Yes, they look a little bitty childish on the box because they're Fisher-Price, but they are not. Once you get them out, they are just plain and simple. So here you have, a big, fairly good sized card, 7 plus 8. And then the other side has a different problem. But at the very top, remember this side was 7 plus 8, so at the very top on the other side it gives you that answer. 7 plus 8 equals 15, and the other side was 2 plus 9, so on this side it gives you the opposite side's answer. 2 plus 9 is 11. So, and that's how all of these are. You can see they're not childish, they're very basic, plain and simple, straightforward. Okay. So, this is another little game that I had printed off from a website. Looks like it's called themeasuredmom.com. And this was a dinosaur theme. These are little math game. You draw a card and it says, like this one here, it says 2 dinosaurs went grocery shopping. They saw 2 friends in the cereal aisle. How many dinos were at the grocery store? Well, 2 plus 2 is 4. So it gives help for addition with word problems. So there's different cards, and then here are your pieces. I think you take these and you place them face down. I don't remember. Or you draw a card, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't keep the instructions because I thought I would remember it. But I don't. Bet if I got it out and messed with it, I could figure it back out. But anyhow, that's another little game. Okay. And this is another game I printed off from math. Let's see. Okay. This is a spin-off of Uno. Someone created this game. Let's see. This came from Krista Mann or Mahan. I'll spell it for you. Just a second. Okay, I try to keep the directions, if they're available, folded up with the games. This is from Krista Mahan. It's spelled M-A-H-A-N, from Teaching Momster. And this is just the directions here. Okay? But you play it like you do Uno. They have the wild cards here. Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. You have to match them, like either have to lay a yellow card down, or you're dealt so many cards, and if this is the card you have to match, you can lay another yellow one down, and then people have to match that. Well, if you didn't have a yellow card, but you had this one, this 4, you could lay that down because it's the answer. Then the next person would have to lay down, a red one, or if they had a card that had like 0 plus 4 maybe, they would lay that down. But it's another little math game. Then another one I printed out from online. I do not remember what this one is called. I think it had the word kaboom in it, but it's a fraction game. Seems like it's similar to the game of War, where you lay down cards and whoever has the biggest fraction gets them. So here's a half fraction. There's the 2 halves, 1 whole of course, and 3/3, 3/6, 2/8, 6/8. I think it just goes up to 8. But anyway, there's that one. Okay, these things they're just in bundles of 10, or I made these about 6 years ago. So I just took some straws and cut them in half and just grouped them into tens when my kindergartner was learning to count by tens. And then when she counted by 20s, I grouped them into 20s. So I had just taken 100 of these little things and just grouped them into the groups that we were working on. The rest of the stuff, these cassette tapes and these flashcards, are all for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. They are from Hooked on Math. I don't know if they still make this or not, but let's see, let me find one here. But this is a blue cassette tape, so it goes with these blue bordered flashcards. So the blue one is for addition of the 5s. These cards are pretty sturdy, and they're double-sided. And all these tapes do is it has a music beat, and then it has a woman where she says like 5 plus 6, and then there's a couple beats, and then she says 11, and it's just kind of done to a beat. And when my girls were younger, well, my second grader, she still likes this, but even when my older one was younger, they would like to run around the room like in a circle when the music was playing, and they would try to say the answer before the tape could say it. So, you know, these green ones, the green tape would go with the green bordered flashcards. And it also came with a set of workbooks too, which were just basic, like just work pages. There was no teaching to it. It would just be a page of all, you know, multiplication questions or addition questions. I don't know if I still have the workbooks or not, but I actually bought a whole set. It came in a thick, nice plastic case. I bought it at a yard sale several, I don't know, 6 years ago, for like $1, and so we got all the flashcards here, and all these tapes. I also had the workbooks too. Let me see if I can find the workbooks for you. I don't think I have the workbooks anymore. Let's see, they would be in this math section if I did. Nope. Sorry. Guess I got rid of them. Okay. Nope. But anyway, so those are our flashcards and our manipulatives that I've showed you already. So I just thought I would share that with you, and so have a good night. So those are some things that we use in our homeschool, and I just thought I would share that with you and maybe give you some ideas as to what you would like to do for your homeschool. And it's always neat seeing what other people do for their manipulatives and stuff. Thanks for watching.